I was in Florida when the Rams made a very interesting move to go out and get Kamren Curl, somebody that I thought was going to generate over $15 million a year. But I don't feel like I covered that enough. We did a live stream that had over 11,000 views, and that was just on the phone. But I never really got into why I love this move so much. And I think you guys have heard, but I really felt like I needed to make a Kamren Curl video. He's been one of my favorite defensive players over the last couple of years, just getting to watch him on film. The Commanders had something special. But we're going to dive in why I think this could honestly be the steal of free agency. Before we dive into that, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JKBogan, and let's dive in. So Kamren Curl going into last year was top 10 in just about every metric. Missed tackle rate, average depth of tackle, run stop rate, man coverage grade, and zone coverage grade. He was actually second in man coverage grade in 2022 going into this year, which he kind of had a down year. But, I look at his down year, and I'll say this. I think the secondary as a whole with Washington kind of fell off a cliff. So he was clumped into that. But and I think it hurt his value. But I don't really get. I mean, he's tied for 34th among all safeties in the league. I just told you the numbers. Tied for 34th in total cash. I don't know why he didn't have a market. Other guys did. I mean, it is kind of crazy when you think about it. I mean, just look at, the Commanders without Kamren Curl. I mean, this is just a completely different team. And his missed tackle rate went from 15% in 2020 down to below 10% the next year. And then 2022, it was below 5%. So this is a guy that just continues to get better. Man coverage grade, going back to 2020 was below 60, went up to 70 the next year, and then was, hovering around 80 the year after that. I think really when you watch the film, this is somebody who can be utilized kind of all over the field, which is what you love to see. Now, here are some names that are going to make more than Kamren Curl in, total cash value, essentially, for his contract. Just to name a few, Andrew Wingard with the Jaguars, Jaron Kearse with the Dallas Cowboys, J.T. Gray with the Saints, Alohi Gilman with the Chargers, Harrison Smith with the Vikings, Taylor Rapp with the Bills, Luis Cine with the Vikings, Julian Love with Seattle, Rayshon Jenkins with Seattle, Marcus Epps with the Vegas Raiders, Jimmy Ward with the Texans, Tyrann Mathieu with the Saints, Geno Stone with the Bengals. I mean, the list goes on. Again, tied for 34th. So the Rams really got a steal, and I think this could end up being maybe one of the biggest steals of free agency. He just turned 25 years old. He signed a 2-year deal with the Rams, and I don't understand, how they were able to get him for the low cost that they did. I mean, in total, Kamren Curl signed for essentially a 2-year, $9 million a year deal. I mean, it's not even. No, it was 2 years, $9 million. So, obviously incentives and whatnot, but 2 years, $4.5 million a year is insane for just such a talented player. But I don't want to just sit here and tell you how good he is, right? I want to show you, or at least try to bring you into my world, how he kind of changes the game for this Rams team. Well, first and foremost here, the Rams are loaded at safety now. Whether you like Russ Yeast or not, Russ Yeast is your fourth safety. That's good stuff. Yeast has started games for them, so that's really good. They did draft Jason Taylor II, so he's good depth if he makes the roster. Tanner Engel, a good UDFA from last year, could make the roster. Kenny Logan Jr. from Kansas, definitely look out for him. But I look at the big three here. And we got to start with Quentin Lake because Lake has taken the next step. Sean McVay continues to mention him. Anytime he's talking about guys that could take the next step, he always mentions Quentin Lake. I always kind of viewed Quentin Lake as a guy that could be like their Kyle Hamilton of their defense. Obviously, he was a 6th-round pick out of UCLA, and Kyle Hamilton was a 1st-round pick, so a little bit different. But that's the kind of impact I think he could have and be in that role, even though he has a voice that he doesn't love the star position. But the thing is, they drafted Kamren Kinchins, who is a great ball hawking safety, has great range. But Kamren Curl is an underrated coverage safety who excels mightily in the run game. And we saw last year, this is a team that's going to have to go up against Christian McCaffrey. They're going to have to go up against now Trey Benson in Arizona and James Conner. I mean, they're going to have to go up against, all sorts of running backs. And so, my thing here is that this team, while they did a nice job against the run, they'd still give up the big play. Having a guy like Kamren Curl is going to alleviate that. And I look at Kamren Curl as somebody that could be a Pro Bowler this year. Wouldn't be surprised if he had more interceptions than he's ever had in this defense. And I think the Rams got an absolute steal in free agency, arguably the biggest steal, because I think he was worth about $10 million a year, and they got him for $4.5 million. So the reality of the situation is this. Kamren Curl is a star, okay? He may not be a superstar where everybody in their household knows him, but he is a star. And people that know football know he's really freaking good at football. So I feel like this just didn't get enough air, I guess, on my channel, but I love this player. I mean, watch the way he plays. There's a tenacity, there's this wherewithal, and I feel like this guy just always has this energy. And he was a 7th-round pick at Arkansas, so also a reminder that, hey, just because you were drafted in the 7th round doesn't mean your story's written for you. This is somebody in Curl that really worked his ass off to get to this point. And, I don't think we can really discredit that. He's become one of the best safeties in football. He's top 10 in my opinion. And he offers, now you have the versatility where you can use him, to play up in the box. You can use him in the star. He's good enough in coverage where, maybe you can put him out there one-on-one with another receiver, if so be it. But I just look at Kamren Curl as somebody that, I think adds a little star power to this team, and not somebody I thought that would be on their radar. They typically don't spend on safeties. They've let a lot of safeties go in the past, and so I didn't expect them to go out and get Kamren Curl, but I'm glad they did, because I think ultimately having a guy like that he's going to end up being so good. I mean, you guys, I don't even think you realize how talented this guy is. And the thing that's most important, again, the missed tackle rate. Okay, this is somebody that really plays the game like a linebacker, and he does it really well. So my thing here is that I think the Rams got an absolute steal in him. I think he is going to fit like a glove. I think his versatility allows them to get the most out of Kinchins, which is why I think they drafted him. And I also think his versatility allows them to get the most out of Quentin Lake. I think if you could, in some facet, rotate the two in the star role, and you also known as the Where's Waldo role. And if you could do that, you could really confuse some offenses that are going up against your defense. And I think that could work, some serious dividends, that could pay off. So, yeah, I think Kamren Curl's contract is one of the more mind-blowing of the offseason. Jordan Whitehead got paid pretty much the same exact deal. Just this offseason alone, Alohi Gilman got paid more. Harrison Smith got paid more. Taylor Rapp made more. So, a lot of just different things there. Just a little surprise is all. And, we've seen the Rams hit on these free agents. Ahkello Witherspoon last year. Okay, Steelers get rid of him, and he goes to the Rams, and he becomes a starter day one. We've seen them go after these guys, and I think this is going to benefit so much, because I think Curl was kind of clumped into that monstrosity in the secondary with Washington, and a little bit too much, to the point where it hurt his market value. but I think the Rams have a steal. So those are my thoughts on Kamren Curl. Again, I've been a big fan of him for a while. I think just he is so perfect for what they can do now with what they have. And I'm really excited to see how they utilize him, because the guy can blitz, he can cover, he can stop the run. And, you know, mainly he is a more run supportive safety. But at the same time, I think his, you know, chops and coverage, they're very underestimated. And, you know, I think he's somebody that can really take that next step even further with the Rams. So I'm really excited to get to watch him play. And I hope people realize just the kind of player you're getting in a guy like, you know, Kamren Curl. And I think, again, adding Kinchins and already having Quentin Lake, it's a 3 safety league, folks. If you don't have 3 safeties that you're willing to start, then you don't have, you know, the safeties necessary to play in this league. And with that being said, a 3 safety league, they have 3 really good safeties, both Cams and, of course, Quentin Lake. We'll see how things pan out, but I'm very excited for the future of this secondary. And I think they made the right move going out and getting Kamren Curl $1 million. I think they made the right move $1 million. There's no way I could even disagree with it. I don't know why anybody would. So I hope you guys realize, just because the number might not be big, he is a big time player, and getting him at his, you know, age of 25 is insane to me. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back after his 2-year deal, but we'll see what ends up happening. So those are my thoughts on Kamren Curl. I was going to do a Tyler Davis video. I will be doing that soon, but I just had to throw it out there because I feel like he's so underrated even still. I think Rams fans are starting to come around, but you know, it seems like the people that constantly watch tape really respect him, and the people that don't, they're like, yeah, he's all right. So, you know, we're going to see. But I think that Kamren Curl is going to maintain what he is as a player, and I think he's going to have his best season with the Rams. So those are my thoughts. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JKBogan. If you tune in on the channel on Monday, I believe it'll be Monday. We'll see. I should have more of a backdrop. I know some people were complaining about the white wall. I don't love the white wall. I think that'd be a good name for an album for whatever reason, but I don't love the white wall behind me. So, yeah. I'm sorry. It will, you know, things will be different. And right now there's a lot of echoing. So at some point I'm going to have to look into, you know, getting stuff that can make it so it doesn't echo as much. I don't know what else to say. So appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'm really curious your thoughts on Kamren Curl. Please drop in the comment section your thoughts on him. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, folks. Later. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.